Hello and welcome everyone, this is Blackadder at RTS League channel for the second time today after the Age of Empires to the Conqueror's Grand Finals that we have finished just about an hour or whatever ago. Yeah, kinda recently of course. We are in with another match today which is gonna be featuring the last match of Age of Mythology Season 29 between Frost and deities of Death B, and it is, or rather these are the League Cup Finals. It's gonna be a best of 3 with two clans choosing their home maps and then the decider potentially on random. And the first home map is gonna be coming from Clan Frost, as they are basically randomly selected as the home team. They're gonna be apparently picking Medit, and the gods seem to be, so far, for deities of death, Narvi as Oranos, Jellyfish Oranos as well, and the last one, Aigu Heimdall as Kronos, who triple Ati. And for the opponent, so far, it's looking like Swissboy, aka Swoop CH, as Oranos. Then it's gonna be Frost GMZ, that's better, GMZ, as Oranos as well. And the last player, Frost Eren, aka Aikaro, is gonna be playing as sorry for that. Definitely having a bit of a problem with my throat today, already after casting and whatnot. So hopefully not really something like it's gonna be repeating all that much. But yeah, well, the caffeine was a bit faster than I could actually mute my microphone, so hopefully it's not gonna be a rip for the headphone users amongst you. It's gonna be fine. And already quite a lot of scouting going on to the left side. So both Narve and actually his teammate Jellyfish are quite interested in what's going to happen with Swoop CH, aka Swissboy. I need to really remember to call him Swissboy, because it's a whole lot easier for me to call him like that. As at the top, it seems that GMZ will be probably joining on the right. So far he's aiming that way with right now the Oracle, and it kind of makes sense because since he is the one who is being deconstructed, it also kind of makes sense that he will be also under attack by the Kronos fairly quickly in the game. Already coming for the temple at about 3 minutes. So far everything heading into normal direction, as he's using plenty of piggies for his game so far. And on the right, well, so far seems to be going pretty much normally. So we don't really expect anything all that unusual this time, as I was probably at the start, but maybe it's gonna be coming a bit later, as this guarding and scouting by Heimdall is definitely conducive to transporting the temple in there. I wouldn't be surprised all that much if he was probably trying to maybe even somehow capture this gold mine by himself, or maybe just right into the enemy base. I don't exactly think so, but this stealing of the piece is definitely a bit of an issue right now for Eren, because even though he still is having plenty for normal advancing to the next age, he would definitely be liking a bit more if he potentially could. As Prometheus is coming for Heimdall already, and yeah, he actually is really gonna be this aggressive. Gonna be dropping right into the face of his opponent, and advance at about 4 minutes is actually not gonna be half bad, considering the fact that actually Aikaro is gonna be advancing quite a bit later, at about 4:30. So this could be a bit of an issue for him, as he's still gathering favor, actually 2 favors. Well, that's fun. And right now he's switching into gold, still gathering plenty of wood, so I'm really thinking this is gonna be still fun. Yeah, right now switching off. I was for a moment thinking that maybe we could be seeing some kind of faster heroic, apparently not, definitely good to know. But good to know, it could have been also quite, so cannot even speak properly anymore, could have been quite fun. But yeah, this is really seeming like a confirmation that a bit of a 2v2 is gonna be happening on the left, and even GMZ is gonna be switching from the right a bit more to the left, and Aikaro is gonna be left alone to deal with the early advancing Kronosh. So this is actually aiming for a significant problem, because the villager is not finished in the dock. The construction, is he already having it available? Almost, but yeah, this is gonna be coming definitely for this dock, and he should be already coming for another one somewhere in there, because otherwise he's gonna be completely closed on the water. And it kinda seems that he's actually giving up on the water. Yeah, it really seems so, though he hasn't switched the build order yet, so it's kinda interesting in that way, as of course oracles have been valored all across the map, especially on the left side, and both Swissboy and GMZ, not really GMZ, curiously enough. I was kinda thinking he might be really joining with Swissboy, and those 6 oracles could be pretty problematic for the opponents, but yeah, well, apparently not. Apparently not. And of course, here we are with the battle right there, where Aikaro is yet again forced to send 2 villagers forward to try and finish the dock, and unfortunately, Yellow is giving up a whole lot earlier than he should have kinda. Maybe should have stick there and even sacrifice those oracles, because why not? If he would be slowing down the dock and casting the reconstruction, which he already right now could, it would be pretty huge damage to not only the military production, but especially to the economy of Eren. So I kinda think this is an opportunity missed for Heimdall, and maybe a bit more could have been gained from this battle. So in the meantime, of course, Narvi gonna be helping his teammate as much as he potentially can. To Heimdall, of course, as GMZ is trying to do the same, and it seems to be kind of succeeding at this point. And well, Heimdall seems to be switching to the bottom, Narvi a bit more to the left. So what's actually gonna happen? Because at the bottom is Jellyfish against Swissboy in more or less an equal battle, it seems like. Yeah, it was a bit of a shockwave, nothing really all that major, as I'm looking on the minimap. And bit of an interesting interim, and probably just waiting for some kind of good engagement. And so far, it seems that Narvi and Heimdall will be sticking to the 2v2 on the water, at least, at the top side against GMZ with his teammate Eren, aka Aikaro. So reconstruction coming forward, one dock's off. And it's not really gonna be any kind of problem at this point, because he's already having 2, and producing from 2 docks is kind of what you can expect in some kind of good manner. Now restoration is of course gonna be given even more time at this point, and even though 3 are of course better, 2 are still good enough and should be really quite okay to deal with the situation on the water, especially as a Greek against Atlanteans. So that's looking quite alright at this point for Frost. Well, they probably shouldn't be attacking all that much until they actually fully ready. As at the bottom, Jellyfish with Swissboy seem to be really having a pretty equal engagement, and I would be slightly maybe favoring Swissboy at this point, looking at the number of boats and whatever, and the microing capabilities that we have so far seen. But then again, Jellyfish doesn't really need to have, or rather do anything extra than produce more boats, and he's gonna be able to keep his opponent busy quite alright. Okay, apparently Valor right now by GMZ is gonna be cast, or rather has been cast a bit before, gonna be a bit annoying to Heimdall, as Jellyfish is also invoking that. And what is he actually going to be doing where? Okay, he's gonna be defending against this boy, and with all the boats in there, yep, those are gonna be absolutely dead. Shot into the back in there, so very nice little play, helped by the boats from Jellyfish, and of course with all the dogs being present exactly there. And he has housed himself. Well, that sucks. That definitely sucks big time right about now for Jellyfish, that he did manage to make this kind of mistake, as that is definitely one of the reasons why he doesn't have as many boats as Swissboy, and it's of course pretty bad news for the team of the 80s of Red B, and pretty good one for Frost. At the top side, the battle seems to be more or less equalish, but aiming slightly, ever so slightly for Frost. Well, probably not anymore, because right now, bad communication between the teammates, as GMZ wasn't retreating as fast as Eren was. Definitely wasn't all that great. Quite heavy losses in there onto the red player, but it, in the end, shouldn't be all that game deciding, because the stronger boats from the Greeks are a whole lot more important. And if they're gonna be really keeping their numbers up, which so far it seems to be the case, they really should be kinda enough at this point and don't expect any kind of huge problems for him. So this is exactly as we expected, slightly going for Frosts. Bit of raiding still going on as Heimdall is trying to maybe move a tempo. He already transported it from here to basically escape the Minotaur, so yeah, it was kinda making plenty of sense. And he is even transporting it there, and that's kinda a strange choice, because it's costing a few resources, nothing really all that major. But yeah, well, he probably thinks, let's keep it somewhere safe and not really allow your opponent be as annoying as he potentially could be, and definitely wants to be, as Eren with GMZ are definitely doing their job against Heimdall. Right now Heimdall is doing his job as well, trying to push the opponents back from the battlefield, because Jellyfish is joining as well, and that is of course forcing Swiss Boy to join either, or rather, not really either, join too. Right now, this is gonna be turning into nasty triple, as Jellyfish is of course gonna be having opportunity to push forward onto green. He definitely should be doing that as soon as possible, a few idlers in there. But what is also interesting and important is the fact that second EC is being captured by Swiss Boy. And Swiss Boy is definitely thinking that going for the land is already exactly the high time for that. At about 10 minutes, yeah, it kinda makes sense. And the game seems to be heading slightly their way, so it kinda makes sense. Kinda makes sense right now, kinda bad communication, as Heimdall is running away just a bit too much, as there is an engagement by Jellyfish with Narvi. So yeah, both teams could be doing with a bit of better team communication for their overall gameplay. So far, this is a pretty strong triple at this point by Frost, and kinda curiously, it's not exactly working for them, even though there was a very nice little kiting by GMZ, by one of the boats in there. But the numbers are still here, and we are kinda waiting for a yellow to do something significant, and that something significant is probably gonna be raiding into the economy and basically getting rid of all the reinforcements, as Bolt is being cast on Turma, non hero Turma apparently. Interesting choice, as the Minotaur is surviving with basically one hit point, but it still could be actually quite good to kill one unit with a special attack. So if he micros it properly, it still could work, as this is quite problematic for Heimdall, and also one of the reasons why he's not all that intent on fighting for the water all that much anymore, as the TCs are being captured all across the map on the left side for Frost. You can see that basically, yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about, like insta-killing one of the units. And the Turma cannot hit him, or is she actually shooting on the Odysseus? No, this is one hit point Minotaur, doing so much more damage than he should be. And right now, oh well, he still survived. It almost looked like that actually the Turma could be killing him. But no, he's gonna be still there, very much alive. That's nicely played. And of course the TCs, as I said, that's gonna be second and third for Eren, aka Icarot, second and third also for the pocket player GMZ, and Swiss Boy is also at 3 TC already. 3 TCs already, with the army being ready on the left side. In the meantime, right now, Jellyfish is trying to at least control his front, as he is going to be attempting to finish his back TC also. It seems like the same idea is coming for Igo Heimdall, but the front TC seems to be in a bit of a trouble, as apparently Minotaur has been killed by a bear. I'm kinda thinking so. It really seems that he might have been killed by the bear, and right now we have, well, good idea, but plenty of villages are in there, and they will have to retreat at this point, because, yeah, against all those Turmas, there's absolutely no chance that he would be able to make that happen. And of course, Odysseus should be running home, because he's having a relic for a trio of helpful monkeys, and they definitely could be helpful, exactly as is in their name. So this is gonna be a bit of a, basically using buildings as a bit of a wall. Quite nice gold, but oh ho ho, there is a way through. There is a way through that Narvi knows about, but maybe Eren doesn't. Yeah, I'm kinda thinking that he might actually not, as plenty of military buildings are coming up as well. On the water, the battle seems to be heading into kinda where we expected. It's not really decided yet, but it seems to be slightly heading for Frosts. Right now, of course, Eren with GMZ are gonna be finishing up with Narvi and with the rest of Heimdall's boats, but otherwise they can still kill plenty of economy in here, and yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. But there is also plenty of still left for Narvi with the Pulsane, and he's having plenty of economy still going, so this is kinda sloppy. Sloppily played by Swiss Boy. He definitely could have deleted all of that, but yeah, well, he didn't. And in this case, let's have a look on the left part of the map, right next to the front TC. The Jellyfish was trying to somehow control, but doesn't seem to be really working for him all that much. Right now, this army is definitely real for green. Especially if he can get rid of all those Cairo Ballistae, as they potentially could be a problem. But a bit of proper micro could be working wonders in here for especially Jellyfish, because he does have hero Murmilos, and if he could produce or rather target them right next to the Prometheans, then the battle would be a whole lot easier. Right now he's at least noticing that. So yep, that seems to be going alright, and after a little hiccup in there, he's probably gonna be in power of his TC, the same as Heimdall on the top side of the map. Narvi seems to be fully joining on the right side, even though he's slightly, ever so slightly ready also on the left. You can see that he does have some kind of thoughts with the counter barracks and military barracks being built there, and plenty of idols as well at this point. That's actually pretty bad for Atlanta at this stage, as one of the last battles on the water is going on, with plenty of colors being here, and it really should be coming for Frost quite easily. But you look in where actually is Purple, which I don't see him really anywhere all that much. Here he is, raiding the economy, as the battle is happening in there, as the wall wasn't finished by Eren in time, and he definitely is in pretty deep trouble, because he is doubled. And so far, Red, he does have only one military building. Military barracks will be coming up there pretty soon as well. And that should be really it for the attack. But question is, if it's gonna be really in time. Oh, this is a bit of a shame by Heimdall. Definitely could have noticed that and stopped there in full. But yeah, well, he didn't. And that's of course gonna be resulting into quite nice help to Eren, who is already producing plenty of army for himself to defend with. Theia for Swiss Boy. That's good news for him. GMZ is right now exactly into Theia as well. So of course Frosts are ahead, and that's because they were building the 30Cs and seconds even quite a lot faster than their opponents, and that's exactly right now showing in their better state in the game. And of course the warm water gonna help as well, but yet again we are at about 50 minutes and the water is definitely not closed yet, as Jellyfish is trying to finish the TC, and there is still plenty of economy that shouldn't be there at all. But yeah, it's really seeming like that nobody cares about the water all that much. Just GMZ trying to basically right now finish up. There's plenty of population limit for him though, but that he maybe could be using somewhere like here. So you should be careful about that kind of play, as apparently there's a pretty strong attack by Eren, who is feeling comfortable in the attack in Heimdall, as Heimdall seems to be really thinking that that's it for the game, and it kinda seems so, because with all of those hoplites from Zeus, this TC was definitely toast, and it didn't seem like that Narvi would be supplying enough help that would be really changing the outcome of the game. So really nicely, competently played by Frosts, and they are gonna be leading in the League Cup Finals 1-0 on their home map. But let's wait for the home map of Deities of Death, because, yeah, well, they definitely do have ideas. They have shown it in the season, and I'm curious what's gonna happen from them. But this is exactly the example of a Mediterranean that wasn't really won by water, because you can see still the economy is kinda going for both sides, no matter what kind of boats are everywhere. So it was just basically a better transition into land, which is what is a whole lot more important on Mediterranean than in the water for you. If you can keep the water running for about 10 minutes, the water battle, to 10 minutes and more, the importance of winning it is definitely falling quite significantly, as the most important part is just getting the early boost. So GMZ having good economy in there overall, it seems, in the pocket position. He definitely did use it properly. But Eren, yeah, well, that was very nice boom as well, as the Zeus in the game. Well, looking through the stats, is there gonna be something interesting? Don't really think so. But most units, Bireme, Trireme, and whatever. Yeah, well, that's kinda fun. As of course, Purple was going haywire in all of it, so GG.